Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this PGA Introductory webinar. My name is Michael Abbott, and I am the Member Education Executive here at the PGA. It is my pleasure today to introduce our seminar speaker, Frank Newberry. Frank is here today to talk about his seminar, Time is Money, and hopefully he can give us a better idea of what will be covered on the course and why time management is important for the PGA professional and why exactly time is money. So, Frank, I'll pass over to you.
Thanks, Michael. Yes, I'm Frank Newberry, and I've been working in the golf sector for 25 years now, and my clients include people like TGA Golf Partners, the RNA, St Andrews Links, Loch Lomond, and the Buckinghamshire Golf Club. And prior to working in golf, I was a busy process consultant with British Telecom. My work for BT involved me having to question just about every process being taken by every person everywhere in the company. So right from how things are being done in a noisy telephone directory inquiry room down to the agenda two people might be using for a quiet one-to-one type meeting. And this is always with the intention of streamlining or eliminating work so that we improved our productivity and increased the company's profitability. It was this type of attention to detail that started for me a lifelong obsession with how we spend our time at work. And this obsession eventually propelled me out of BT and into time management and personal effectiveness training. And during, must be about 20 years of helping people make the most profitable use of their time, I learned a number of really big lessons. First, that nearly every person I trained felt that they did not spend nearly enough time doing things that added value. And, for example, adding value would mean things like finding new opportunities, new business, and new customers. I would ask them why they couldn't find time for that, and just about everyone said it was because they were spending too much time managing crises and firefighting, and a very popular one was dealing with other people's problems or doing routine and mundane tasks. The word I wanted to use there was returns, because there was a lot of returns they had to fill out as well. In helping them, or trying to help them to change things, I also learned that one size of time management does not fit all professional people. We're all different, and we all need a process that works for us as individuals. I also realized that I needed to change some things myself. So it was at this point that my time management seminars became more like time management workshops. And from then on, I made sure that whilst people would learn all the key principles of time management on my seminars, I would then give them time to be completely free to devise their own customized, relevant, effective, and I have to say often unique ways of managing their time. And because we do not work in isolation, I made sure that my seminars, and I make sure that my seminars always give people time to work out how to convince others back at work that a new approach might be profitable for everyone. So it's great that people leave my seminars with the tools and techniques that will enable them to convince colleagues and customers and employers and suppliers of the benefits of a better time management approach. I'd like to say a little bit also about learning in the golf sector. I've always known that people in the golf sector can be competitive, and many of them like a challenge. I also find that at the end of my seminars, people, bless them, are very happy to commit to each other that they will start dumping some of their more routine activities at work in favor of spending more time doing something more meaningful. And when I say something more meaningful, I guess I mean spending more time, prime time, every day on the type of activities and endeavors that they really think are important and profitable to them and their business. The competitive dimension comes to the fore after the seminar when people report their successes back to each other. This is usually done by email, by text, or by telephone. So on the seminar, I believe you will be invited to take a critical look at how you spend your time at work and how you prioritize. For example, do you prioritize for profit, for pleasure, or for peace of mind, I wonder? Most PGA members prioritize for all three, but how about you? Are you making enough profit? Are you spending enough time on activities that will ultimately generate more profit? Are you getting enough pleasure? Are you spending enough time on the golf course? are you usually spent playing golf? Are you playing golf with people, the right people or the wrong people? And at the end of the day, do you have enough peace of mind? Do you go to sleep at night knowing that you have done enough during the day to secure your future? Well, on the seminar, you'll learn how to spend much more of your valuable time doing the profitable activities that will lead to a secure future for you and your family. You'll learn how to reduce the time you spend on the routine and the mundane tasks, and instead spend more time on the tasks that will add value. This will give you a much better chance, I believe, of achieving higher sales and better service targets. At this point, may I just tell you about a boss I had who really got my attention one day. He said to me, "You're no good to me, Frank, unless you can add value to what we're doing around here. If we are not going to offer better quality to our clients at a lower cost each year, we may as well go home now." Well, that certainly got my attention, and from that day onwards, I had to change my priorities. I needed to find the time to develop new services for our clients. So on the seminar, we will talk about how we can spend more time developing services that will bring in new business and more profit to your enterprise. Then, at the end of the workshop, you'll be challenged, like everyone else attending, to ring-fence time in your diary to do just that. We'll also talk about how we can spend more time on developing services that bring repeat business for your enterprise or the organization that employs you. I'd like to talk now for a moment about you personally. On the seminar, we will encourage you to always strive for a healthy balance in your life. This may mean scheduling your work time so that whilst you do profitable work and enjoyable work, you also find the time to maintain happy and healthy relationships with your friends and family. You might find that you need to spend a little more time on the activities that brought you into this great profession in the first place, the things that bring you pleasure and fulfillment in life. So, if you can manage your busy work life with all its distractions and interruptions, manage it so that you have the time you actually need to turn a profit and have fun, then you should have more peace of mind, I reckon, at the end of the working day. At this point, I'd like to say something about the way people react to the challenge of managing their time better. You know, some people say to me, "I can't do all the things I have to do now. How can I then add on all the things I should be doing for my future? And on top of that, take out time to have more fun and spend more time with my family. In the current economic climate, this just doesn't add up." Now, my answer to this apparent conundrum is this. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. On the seminar, you will learn how to do all this while keeping your commitments and meeting your currently agreed deadlines. I'd like now to say a bit about the methods we use on this seminar. As far as mastering a skill or learning a new technique or devising seminar methods is concerned, I really love that quote by Thomas Mann. He said that order and simplification are the first steps towards mastery of a subject. So, my workshops, well, my seminars are workshop-style seminars based entirely on your workplace realities. There will be no theories and no lectures. We'll just be auditing your past performance in a constructive and highly interactive manner, and then learning how to work in a more effective and lucrative way. I can testify from experience that after this seminar, you'll know how to achieve more in the time available to you and get better outcomes for your employer and your customers. And I believe you'll achieve this by applying some very straightforward tools and techniques. Very useful tools and techniques are featured on the seminar, and here's just one example for you right now, and it's called Managing Interruptions, although I like to call it Interruptions by Appointment. This technique is for those of us who get interrupted too much and our work performance may be starting to suffer because of it. A vital technique for success at keeping quality time in your working day is effective interruptions management, and it's not difficult. It just needs a little energy to set it up, but it will be energy well spent. The first step of this process you will do all on your own. You will decide which interruptions you're happy to have. For example, you may be happy for very rich customers to interrupt you anytime, or colleagues who want to help you, or your boss, or your employer. You'll let those people in. And there may be real benefits to letting them interrupt you. but you'll decide just exactly who can interrupt you at any time in your working day. Now, again, on your own, you decide in the second step which interruptions you really do not want to take. For example, time wasters, some sales reps, you know, the ones who drop in to say they were just passing by and wanted to say hello or to update you on something. And maybe some of your colleagues are very outgoing and tend to interrupt you more than others do. I imagine that there are also some phone calls you could do without. Well, in the third step, you'll need to get around to all your colleagues. And there's research, you know, that suggests that it's your boss and your colleagues who interrupt you most of all. But you will need to speak to everyone. The boss, your employer, the people in other departments, and maybe even people in other locations. And you're going to get to agree with them which interruptions to your day you will accept immediately and which you will make time for at a set time in the day or week. Now, because this may come as a bit of a shock to some people, it may be best if you take the lead yourself by saying something like, well, you could say, I don't ever want to be a nuisance, but sometimes I may need to interrupt you for something, and I just want to know when would be a good time or an acceptable time to do this. You can then explain that you will only interrupt them if you have no other choice, and that for less important matters, you'd like to have a catch-up or an update meeting with them, just say for a few minutes every week or fortnight, and that will be at a convenient time for you and them. You can explain then when you would welcome an interruption yourself. You will talk that through with them and set up a start date for a trial period. After the trial period, you can review how it all went. The benefits to having an interruptions management strategy are great. People know your priorities, you know their priorities, and when you are busy and someone is about to interrupt you, they know their interruption will be welcomed by you, even though you're busy, because you told them so. And number 4, they also have an agreed time and day for their non-urgent interruptions. This is just one of the tools and techniques we feature on the seminar. We'll also go more deeply into how you can defend your preferred time plans and how you can persuade others to get on board with your time management ideas. Let me just close then by saying that the techniques on the Time is Money seminar are all tried, tested and proven to be effective in the golf sector. This seminar is not a day out from work. It's a work day, however, set aside to learn from the past and shape the future of your work and maybe even the job that you do. It will be a great investment of your time. So thanks for listening, and back to you, Michael.
Frank, thank you very much. That gave us a very good overview of what the course is about and what pros can expect to see on the day at your seminar. I'm pretty sure a lot of the pros out there will be able to relate very much so to interruptions management. I'm sure a lot of them have that every single day, and anything to deal with that would be appreciated. I've got a few questions, if that's okay.
Yes.
So is the training relevant to all PGA members, regardless of what role they're in?
Absolutely. Over the years, I have found that we can all make better use of our time, and most of us can put our time to more profitable use.
So Frank, just to sum up then, what will PGA members get from attending your seminar? Why should a PGA member attend the Time is Money seminar, and what will they go away being able to do in 3 or 4 short points?
Well, Michael, for me it has to be the priority aspect of the seminar and what I've been calling the 3 Ps. I really believe that PGA members will go away from the seminar with the things that they need and the confidence to prioritize for profit, for pleasure, and for peace of mind. And you know, I really think that if they can apply their learning from the seminar, it can also transform their careers. I've seen it happen over and over again, and as a trainer, it's a real privilege to be part of that process.
Great. Well, Frank, thank you very much for spending some time with us today. On behalf of all PGA members who are going to view this webinar, it has been much appreciated, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you here at the PGA for a seminar in the future. For PGA members that are watching this recorded webinar, if you do want to see Frank in action, don't forget to go onto the Member Education homepage and register interest for this seminar. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link in the About section below, so just click on that and you'll be redirected to our website where you can learn more about the course and register your interest or book on, for that matter. Frank, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing PGA members on the Time is Money seminar.
Absolutely. Thanks, Frank.